Today I'm driving 4 hours into the middle of Pennsylvania to go skate Woodward. Woodward is a pretty popular and pretty famous skate camp, and I know for a fact they have a location on the East Coast and the West Coast, and today I'm going to the one in Pennsylvania. When a friend of mine from outside of DC asked me if I wanted to go skate with them, I kind of had to say yes. 1, I get to see my friends again, and 2, I get to skate Woodward, which I've always been really curious about. I didn't even realize that Woodward, PA had events on the off-season, or camps open to adults at all. I thought it was just for kids in the summer. But they do have these off-season events called an open ride night and an open ride day pass, even though they are admittedly a bit pricey up front. They came to $98. I also got lost right away since most of the buildings weren't labeled. I just got here and I have to say, this place is enormous. It's definitely a camp. Unfortunately, due to it being the off-season and weathery, most of the parks were closed. Just a couple were open, so my friends and I started in the back of the Progression Center, which was fun because it's all of your favorite park staples, but pretty much as small as you can make them. So it was definitely the best part of Woodward for me. The other parks were absolutely massive, and I could really only skate a single obstacle at one of the other parks, which was a big pyramid to flat. The very first day, I did get a few tricks that I was already comfortable with in general, but I definitely felt like I didn't skate too well, so I was juiced to make up for it the next day. It is a cold and rainy Saturday day down here in Pennsylvania, and I actually ended up staying. I didn't stay at Woodward, even though they have rooms that you can stay in. I think they're kind of, or at least some of them are like bunk style, like camp style. My friend said that it was very much like a camp, like a kids camp experience. So, but when I signed up, I actually didn't get a chance to book a room at Camp Woodward, so I had to go to like this other town, and I ended up staying in what I can only describe as like kind of like a trucker stop area, or like a through, like if you're driving to another state or something, where it's literally just like 2 hotels, 6 gas stations, and a Denny's. And it actually ended up being like a pretty decent place to stay. It was a nice little hotel, and I'm excited to skate again today. All I can really say is that I've messed up all the footage from yesterday. I actually landed one really good trick, and my friend happened to walk right in front of the camera.
It's just fun. Yeah, Sarah.
I missed things. I aimed the camera too high, too off to the side. I really missed like everything so far. And when we skated lot 8, I didn't take my phone out to film anything at all. Just didn't really seem like I had a good place to put it, and I don't want to get in people's way or anything like that, or make anyone uncomfortable with the camera being out. So I just skated and had fun. I'll talk about what I did do there though, because I'll talk about the parks in a moment. First, it's time to go actually back to Woodward. We warmed up with some transition, and I finally got to skate some proper transition, like mini ramp style. And although I got a good mini ramp line right off the bat, I pretty much failed and took slams after that. So after I couldn't take another slam, I did explore the rest of the park that was a lot more comfortable to me in general. Which leads me to the first lesson Woodward really drove home for me. Skating in a large park with diverse obstacles of different sizes really put into perspective my strengths and weaknesses. I guess none of them were a huge surprise to me, but it definitely helped solidify where I currently am, what I feel confident trying, what really freaks me out, where my skill set lies, and where my skill set lacks. My 2 biggest weaknesses, in my own opinion, are balancing speed and timing. I'm missing the footage of it because it was kind of hard to film anything discreetly in the little street course, but I got bodied a few more times the second day trying to ollie up over the Euro gap and onto the mani pad. I didn't get enough speed and either clipped or got caught, or I missed my pop entirely, and after that I stopped trying unfamiliar stuff because my body really couldn't take any more falls. A lot of the open parks were transition heavy, so I was really out of my element for a lot of the trip. But I also discovered that my biggest strength was actually playing on the pyramids, jumping from the bank to flat. I'm really good at dealing with falls here, and also most likely to land something I'm happy with, or most confident to try something new. The second lesson that I learned was definitely the importance of safety gear for me at a park like this. I'm not great at slamming on obstacles. I'm not incredibly used to it, and I fell hard. Which is why I am so glad that I brought wrist guards with me. I probably could not have skated the whole time without them. I mean, I even bruised under the wrist guard, so they were super necessary. And on day 2, my friend also came in clutch with finger tape to help me deal with the grip thumb. And on my way home, I desperately regretted not wearing knee pads. My body was pretty much wrecked because I skated so hard and took so many slams. And you know I skated a little bit of flat ground while I was there, because honestly at this point, I was so exhausted, I couldn't jump up or down any more obstacles. I was dead tired at this point. But we finished the day strong at the Progression Center again, and my friend did get my best line, or well, my best trick, which was the best, fastest, smoothest board slide I have ever done. So I was really stoked and happy to go home with at least that. I'll be doing the wrap up of this video at home, but I just wanted to say that despite absolutely wrecking my body this weekend, I had a lot of fun, and I'm really glad I came. Which brings us to the last lesson, and there is no surprise here. I am getting a little sappy. It's the impact of community. I've always gotten most of my skate community connection online, through this channel and through Instagram mostly, but there's definitely something special about being able to get together with some buddies and just have a fun skate. You get all the woos and the taps and the cheers for your hard work. You can even lean on each other for something like finger tape or a snack. You can chat and connect in between tricks, so a 6-hour session is skateable. It just makes the whole overall experience a lot more enjoyable. Because if I want to struggle with transition, I can do that at home in a park with no entrance fee. But I could not have met up with a few skate buddies that I hadn't seen in a few months, or make new friends within the group if I didn't go.